From the PEP Radio Newsroom, this is the daily news for Monday, December 22nd, 2025. These are the stories we are covering at this hour. Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche on Sunday defended the Justice Department's decision to release just a fraction of the Jeffrey Epstein files by the congressionally mandated deadline as necessary to protect survivors of sexual abuse by the disgraced financier. Blanche pledged that the Trump administration eventually would meet its obligation required by law, but he stressed that the department was obligated to act with caution as it goes about making public thousands of documents that can include sensitive information. Friday's partial release of the Epstein files has led to a new crush of criticism from Democrats who have accused the Republican administration of trying to hide information. Blanche called that pushback disingenuous as President Donald Trump's administration continues to struggle with calls for greater transparency, including from members of his political base, about the government's investigation into Epstein, who once counted Trump as well as several political leaders and business titans among his peers. The Powerball jackpot now stands at an estimated $1.6 billion, making it one of the largest lottery prizes in U.S. history, Powerball officials said on Sunday. No ticket matched all 6 winning numbers on Saturday: white balls 4, 5, 28, 52, 69, and red Powerball 20. That sets up the 5th largest U.S. jackpot ever for Monday's drawing, according to a news release from Powerball. The biggest U.S. jackpot was $2.04 billion in 2022. The winner bought the ticket in California and opted for a lump sum payment of $997.6 million. The odds of winning Monday's jackpot, which is the 4th largest in Powerball history, are 1 in 292.2 million, according to Powerball. The winner can opt for a lump sum payment estimated at $735.3 million, or an annuitized prize estimated at $1.6 billion. Both prize options are before taxes. The annuity option offers one immediate payment followed by 29 annual payments that increase by 5% each year, Powerball said. The Trump administration is recalling nearly 30 career diplomats from ambassadorial and other senior embassy posts as it moves to reshape the U.S. diplomatic posture abroad, with personnel deemed fully supportive of President Donald Trump's America First priorities. The chiefs of mission in at least 29 countries were informed last week that their tenures would end in January, according to 2 State Department officials who spoke on condition of anonymity to discuss internal personnel moves. All of them had taken up their posts in the Biden administration but had survived an initial purge in the early months of Trump's second term that targeted mainly political appointees. That changed on Wednesday when they began to receive notices from officials in Washington about their imminent departures. Ambassadors serve at the pleasure of the president, although they typically remain at their posts for 3 to 4 years. Those affected by the shakeup are not losing their foreign service jobs, but will be returning to Washington for other assignments should they wish to take them, the officials said. And finally, the U.S. Supreme Court is set to decide this term whether states can count mail-in ballots received after Election Day. The case centers on a law in Mississippi, but a total of about 18 states and territories accept such late-arriving ballots as long as they are postmarked by Election Day. The court announced in November that it would hear the case, but it has not yet scheduled oral arguments. Should the court rule that all ballots nationwide must be received by Election Day, it could lead to the rejection of tens, if not hundreds of thousands of ballots in the future, affecting a swath of American voters in rural and urban areas. In 2024, at least 725,000 ballots were postmarked by Election Day and arrived within the legally accepted post-election window, according to election officials in 14 of the 22 states and territories where late-arriving ballots were accepted that year. 4 of these states, Kansas, North Dakota, Ohio, and Utah, have since changed their policies and will accept only mail ballots that arrive by Election Day. Another roughly 104,000 mail ballots were rejected nationwide for arriving after the deadline, according to a federal report on election data. And that's the news for this hour. If you are watching our videos on YouTube, please be sure to subscribe to our channel. PEP Radio is available on the Live 365 app, the PEP Radio page at paequality.com, Roku, and Alexa. Up next, we have the Meadville area weather forecast here on PEP Radio.